Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, hello, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxford, on the show this evening is the one and only Albert. And of course, it's Wednesday, and it's Dream Team with Big Stevie and the legend that is Southside. Evening, gents.
Evening, mate. How are you? It's good to be on your cell and the Cray twins.
Yes. Fran and Anna, as some people know them. Evening, lads.
Yep.
Evening, Ox. Good to be on the night with my big mucker, Stevie, and we've got another addition and my good friend, Albert. And good evening to everyone listening in this evening.
All right, troops, welcome to the big station, serving the nation. Indeed it is Dream Team Wednesday, and the new season kicks off on Saturday. Here we go. Come on, Rangers.
All right, Fox has got the questions. It's going to be me and Albert versus Stevie and Southside, right?
What's that for next Wednesday? Next Wednesday, eh?
How we doing, Albert? All right?
I'm smashing, mate. Yourself?
Good, mate. Good. Things are starting to move at the club. What vibes are you picking up? Players out, players in. And listen, I know you had your problem with Golson, but he did give you 6 years. Decent service, mate. Wasn't it the greatest centre-half we had? But you can't deny his commitment when he was there, mate. The number of appearances he made in that 6 years is remarkable, really.
He's always on. He was always on parade, mate. He was always stripped for action. You know what I mean? You can't argue with that. You just cannot argue with that. You'll not see the likes of that again with him and Tav. The amount of games that have been available. No, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. Wasn't my favourite centre half. He did maybe 2 years. He was decent. You know what I mean? Decent to good, but no, I can't take that away from him, man. I wouldn't like to tarnish his reputation. Say he ran away and he wasn't available. He was always available.
No. Is that fair, Stevie?
I agree with Albert there. Look, I've never forgave him for not cutting that ball out in the UEFA Cup final, right? That's just how I'm are. But you've got to look at the bigger picture. He was a good servant in the club, and we wish he's a nice enough lad, and we wish him all the best for his new page that he's going to be turning, and that's all I can really say on it. He didn't hide. Albert's right. He was always there. He was always available, and he did, and he was a big part of the 55. And also, we've got to remember, he scored a couple of goals against the dark side, so he'll always be a hero in my eyes that way. But see that, no cutting the ball out in the UEFA Cup final, boys. Oh, dear. But anyway.
Nah, I still blame the guy that didn't block the cross, but I'm no better, Southside.
I was just trying to forget about that night altogether. But, listen, he's been a good servant. It wasn't my cup of tea, as you know, I'd said many a time. But he was a good leader, an organiser, played with many a different player. I think him and Hollander had a good wee spell together at the time before Hollander went out injured again in a way. He's played with Catchup, he's played with Balogun, Suter, Davis, Leon King probably. He's had many a partner, but always took the right hand side of our defence. Played a massive amount of games as well. Bercy's always available. Had a few blips throughout his time, which you'll have, I suppose, when you play that amount of time at our club. But we've gone. He's a bit of pastures new. I wish him all the best. He done well for the club. He was a decent buy at $3.5 million. Gerrard's seen that in him. So he should have won more trophies, and I think he knows that himself. But he's a bit new, and I knew somebody else will come in and hopefully take that mantle and be looking up to him.
Time for new heroes, mate. Time for new heroes. Look, there's some interesting stats with Connor. 182 league games in his 6 seasons with the club. But the one that stands out for me, Albert, is 82 European ties.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Right enough, the format of the European.
I know it's changed, but still.
It's changed, but it's still an achievement, and it's not many players will do that in their career. I'll tell you that right now. He was unbelievable when it came to that. As I say, I'm not going to start saying I liked him. He was a great player and blah blah blah. He was a decent enough centre half. He'd major faults, but I'm not going to slag him off for no being available, because we've had better players than him all over the park that just don't show up. They sit in the stands and sit in the treatment rooms. They prefer their career to go that way. He's no one of them. Him and Tav, they're two players that turned up all the time, made themselves available through thick and thin. So you appreciate that for the man. You'll not see the likes of that again, mate. No player's going to play that amount of games.
Would it be right to say, Stevie, we thank him for his service? We wish him all the best, and he'll always be welcome back. And that's the biggest compliment you can pay anybody.
That's exactly it. We do wish him all the best, Docs. It was a good sermon. What much did you say we paid for him there? 3.5?
3.5 million,
aye. He was a good servant for 3.5 million quid. But you get my 3.5 million quid well out and back, didn't we, when you look at the bigger picture? Tell me a player that's no got faults. So, listen, yes, you're right. We welcome him back. When he comes, and it comes the time, he's more than welcome. And he said it, he's cheerio, didn't he? He was always going to be a bear, always going to be looking for the result. So, fair play to the boy. Just, we draw a line and we move on. All the best to him.
I've got him down as having 9 partners.
Nine partners.
Or money.
I would like to bring Fox in. I think he could beat that, if I'm honest, mate. Yeah, but
4 seasons.
and it's only July, Southside.
He's still in his pre-season, isn't he, old Foxy boy?
Albert, obviously you've got a list, because I know you get some new cranes for your birthday. Go on then.
Suter, Davis, Helander, Balogun, Bassey, Edmondson, King, Katic, and Worrell. I think there's more, but I think I'm missing some.
It will be. The big... no, he didn't play with It was Gefeko. Did he not?
He did. Why did he play left back?
I'll have a quick look, because it's you, Albert, the people he's played with, yeah. But that's not a bad list. And listen, Southside, you're right. I can only remember once, it was at Motherwell. I don't know if it was Gerard's first or second season. We moved, Katic went right, he went left, and we had to move them back. He's always played in the right.
Aye, always never moved at all, which don't know why he never played them on the left at any time, but he was always on the right. But he commanded and he led. Listen, was he the best bravest player centre backs? No, I wouldn't say so. Was he great in the air? No great, no. He had a wee purple patch where we had a wee system where he worked and he got himself into certain areas in the box and had a bit of luck in the 55 season and a few games either side of a season. But listen, I think wear and tear caught up with him. He had a couple of injuries and he never really came back. He lost a bit of form. And then, like I say, he's probably he's vastly experienced at our club. But his form had tailed off, as we'd seen, and it's time, like you say, to bring in new heroes, mate.
Here's one, Gareth McCauley, Albert. Did you mention him?
No.
There you go. Let me see. I'm just looking at Feco, McCauley, Leon King.
They mentioned.
Well,
Aye.
you're right. Played with some of our partners, yeah. But the guy he played the most with, no surprise, 283 games. Him and Tav have started together. 206 games with Alan McGregor and 201 with Borna Barisic. There you go. It also shows how consistent Ryan Kent was in appearances. Obviously, he's been away for a while, but he started 191 games with Connor, a season less. So, interesting stats. But, listen, we got some money back for him. We don't know the deal. We got him off the wage bill. Looks as if we're getting a placement coming and could be announced tonight. I'm picking up Southside. I don't know what you're picking up in the hotline.
That's supposed to be getting his medical tonight. The fees agreed and all that. We've paid the money for his release clause, I believe. And it's just a case of once he passes the medical, I think Rangers will announce it. Probably tomorrow, mind you, won't it?
Could be the night. Aye. So we talked about 10 days ago. We did say it would take a week to 10 days and things would start moving because of the way the transfer market works through after championships. People are moving, players are coming in. We'll see where it goes. Is it quick enough for us as supporters, Stevie? Never is it?
No. No, well, listen, I was wanting a centre half and a centre forward before we played Hearts, so we've got the centre half, so hopefully that's Samuel Lorraine. Robin Proper, is that his name? Is that the big boy?
Sounds like a night out with Southside, doesn't it?
It doesn't happen. I was going to mention something else, but I can't because we're on air. But anyway, no. The big C20 captain, Robin Proper, medicals, I'm in it. So, wait and see what happens. I believe somebody said to me today, 6'3", but whether he is or no, I said that will keep Bridgman happy because he's always wanted a big 6.
I think he's about 6 inches too small for Bridgman.
About a foot too small.
So look, I'm taking a guess here, but potentially if you bring him in, he does a job. I know they're similar ages. The age team, it's up to the manager. He's building his team, but I would suggest, without knowing, that you've took a bit off your wage bill, you've got some money in, so you move on. Yeah.
That's the big thing at the moment, isn't it? We're trying to rebuild, but we've got a lot of other things to do at the same time. You like the wage bill, get it down for this fair play thing. So you've got to do it all. I don't know nothing about the guy. Don't know if he's a good player, or semi-good player, bad player, whatever. I don't know anything about the boy. But we wanted a centre half, and we've got a centre half. Let's see what he is. But you're right, mate. The wage bill is coming down, and that's what Bennett was going on about. It has to come down, by the way. There's no getting away from it.
Aye, Southside.
No, we're having to build a house again, aren't we? That's what we're doing, and we did say we thought we wanted a centre back, so we've got a centre back. I think we still need another one, to be honest, and hopefully maybe one of the other ones would move on. But we'll see. But aye, it's good to get him in. He comes with experience. It's what we've been looking for. We know that if anything happened to they two, that might start if it was Suter and Davis, and if any of them pick up an injury, we're left between Enciala, Leon King and Balogun, to fill in, and the games are going to come thick and fast. So, no, I'm delighted that we've sourced somebody and he's on his way, and don't think we'll see him on Saturday, but they've got to get the players in before this European deadline as well.
Ox.
Yes, mate.
What did we pay for the big boy? What's the rumour? What's much are we paying for?
Nothing. Bits and pieces. The fee's different. I wouldn't like to take a stint on it, but I don't think it'll be much more than what we paid to Golson. We maybe took in for Golson. But what I will say is, it's funny. Obviously, Lammers has went there, yeah.
Oh.
So I would imagine there'll be some kind of deal, mate.
What
do you think, no, Bear?
I think there's a tie-in somewhere along the line with that. It's. Let's hope he's a good player. That's what you're hoping for, mate. Let's hope he's a decent player.
Aye, and if he wants to, the manager.
He's a captain.
Him, yeah.
He's a captain in that team, I know. I'm led to believe.
Yep.
So you don't become captains of these teams if you're a dud, do you? You've got to be something about you. So, as I say, I know nothing about him. I didn't even get in the usual YouTube route and have a look at him. So, because that's just tells lies, that thing. But so I'm hoping he's good, mate.
Aye. I don't think it'll be a massive outlay, but I think obviously a deal there. I don't know. They might still owe us some money for Lammers. You take that off, and that's how the transfer market works outside, doesn't it?
Aye, it can work like that, and I don't know if Lammers deal's anything to do with it. for what I've heard, we just sort of done it in the last couple of days, and there was a release clause in there, and we've triggered it. So, but like you say, he was their captain. They're about to go into Champions League qualifiers, and they're willing to sell us him. So it could either be day with the Sam Lammers deal, or it could be the fact that we've offered cash and they need it or they want it. Either way, he's coming to us, mate, and it's good news for us.
Wait, does anybody know his age? What age he is?
30.
30.
What is it?
Mm-hmm. Aye, there's no project all there, yeah?
No. He's got to be the finisher, to be honest. Obviously, do you think about it? Here's a question. Do you think if they said to Golson, look, we're going to get a centre half with half the wage and pile half the wages that we're getting you. If you take a wage cut of half your money, we'll give you another year's contract, 1.5, 2 year contract. Do you think they decide?
No, I think the manager is trying to build his own team, in my opinion. Stevie?
My opinion, I think that and all. I think he's wanting rid of the old regime at the club, and he's wanting his own. He's wanting a different mindset, different mentality. I think that's what he's after. I mean that. I mean, he's a no nonsense, the big Phil Clement, because even the thing with, what do you call him, Cantwell, I just think he's like a man's man, and I just think he doesn't put up any nonsense. It's a case of you go on social media, son, you're finished or not, and I think that's what's happening. I really do. But we'll wait and see what happens.
What are you thinking, Southside?
No, I thought Golson's time was up. I think he wants to build his own team, players that he'll bring in, players that will go that extra mile for him, you'd hope, go into the trenches for him. He's brought them in, he's going to talk to them, sell them the club, and hopefully they want to play for him. And it's just time to weed out what you can and what he sees going forward. I think he's looking for a lot more mobility, a bit of pace, and he's looking probably at centre-backs. He's looking just to guys that can command the defence, good in the air, and better than what we've already got. So if he's identified him for that, that'll do for me.
Aye, listen, the important thing for me is, the guy wants to come with the right attitude, and that is the desire for the manager to sign him up there. These are important things. Now, we don't know when you bring him in the building, you don't know how that's going to pan out after that, yeah?
No, we've spoke on here before. I mean, every transfer is a gamble. No, I mean, you just don't know. So if he wants him and Tottenham's happy with him as well, who we to say? I mean, I want to see the boy before I say anything about him, really. But he's got to be a half decent talent, obviously. I mean, he's playing in a decent team, no? I mean, a decent league. So you've got to think, you've got to imagine he's a good player. You know what I mean?
I hope so. Right, just before we move on, talking about centre-halves and that, just once again, Connor Golson, we thank him. Stevie?
Yep, thanks a lot, big man. You're welcome back, yep. That's all we can really say, Ox. Honestly, he's had ups and downs, isn't he? But as Albert rightly said, he never had. The big man never had. He was always there for selection, and he always done his best. So he said he'll always look. He's always one of the Bears, so he's merely welcome back. End of story.
Aye, and it's a big story, the Golson one, when you think where he was before he came here, Southside.
Aye, we've gave him that career and platform that he wasn't getting at Brighton. And plus he had the surgery and all that and the stuff that he's went through as he spoke about. But we took him probably in the idea of maybe even a bit of a project to start with. It's a lot of money, but he probably had something about him, and it was just about come here, and Gerrard and whoever else scouted him obviously seen that he would have been a decent player for us in time, and he's robust and reliable, you know. So I wish him all the best. I'd like to, might have been better maybe for him to have said cheerio at the fans and all that, maybe at a game and that, but it is what it is, and he's wrote something nice in his Instagram. I'll get somebody sent me it, so aye, fair play to him. He done well for his well was here, just never picked up the silverware that he probably should have.
Aye, Well, that's fair. That's fair. And you can argue if he did cut that cross out and that game Peters out, he would be remembered so much differently. One kick of the ball, but
Well, it's margins, isn't it? It's wee margins that makes big difference in all sports, not just this. But the just to say on his wee thank you or farewell note that he penned, himself, I think he penned it. I mean, he summed it up nicely himself. He didn't win enough. He knows he didn't win enough. We should have won a lot more. But that's not him just individually, you know what I mean? He's not to blame individually for that. Okay, could have cut that cross out right enough. But apart from that, it's the team itself, in my opinion, they didn't perform well enough to win more trophies. You know what I mean? They should have. They had the talent to do it. They just didn't.
Aye, all right. I'm sure people coming on will plenty to say about it. So if it's all right, we use 3 upstanding members of the community. We get the phone lines opened.
Yep. Get the troops in. Let's go.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, just a quick shout out. Anybody looking to get involved in Rangers Radio, contact us in rangersradio@gmail.com. Yeah. We'll need to set up some interviews. Stevie, you up for it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll search them. You asking me questions. Yep.
Southside.
I suppose I can always do the second interview process.
Albert.
I'll find out if he supports the team properly. He or she, sorry. He or she.
Yes, Rangers for everyone and anyone, Albert. Remember that, please.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate.
Right, let's get to the mystery of these drumsticks that Albert thinks he had Southside.
Maybe let me play my trumpet, I know. Yeah. I brought my trumpet line special.
Is there any truth, Stevie? I'm no one for spreading rumours. Is there any truth that between the two of them they couldn't work out how to play the triangle?
That's correct. That's correct. But they couldn't even connect with the wee thing right out of the triangle. They couldn't even ching it.
That says to him, the pointy bit goes up the way, down the way. But he persisted, it goes down the way.
It did make a better chime when it was down the way the first time, but then it stopped working.
Must have ran out of batteries. We concluded it ran out of batteries.
That's the story of your 2 lives, isn't
it? I always preferred the drums myself.
Aye, well, fair enough. Aye. Right, okay. Right. We'll get the phone lines open, see what people are thinking. Obviously, when Brexit night, we'll be on topic right away. Albert, you never know.
Yep, you never know. Double signings, triple signings, you never know.
You never know. And we'll see where it takes us. I've no spoke to your good self, Albert, or yours, Stevie. Stevie, you come on the other night just to talk about Bennett. I get that. But I just want to get your takes on, quickly, on the John Bennett interview. We never really went down the avenue. It was 22 minutes, and there was a lot of stuff repeated in it. Yeah, we get it and we understand it. He said he would do it, he done it. He's still going to get criticism because he knows it's coming. And some it's justified, but he can only tell us what he can tell us, Albert.
I mean, I've been listening a lot of the reaction to that. Me personally, back the man 100%. I mean, I think he's getting over-criticised. Okay, he takes a bit of criticism. We all do. That's his life, isn't it? But I think he's getting over-criticised now. It's just a time to... This is a sideshow. It's a distraction. It's happening. We need to get out of it. Our famous saying, as Stevie will tell you, is we'll play anybody anywhere. We'll follow the Rangers anywhere they go. Well, we'll have to go to Hampden. Let's follow them to Hampden. It's just as simple as that, isn't it? It's only along the road, as they say. But I think Bennett himself is getting over-criticised. Really, honestly, come on. What else is the guy supposed to do? The building trade's like that. You get delays. That's just the building trade. Every builder, every manager, any building company, every owner, any building company will tell you the same things. There's things like this happen all the time. It's just one of the things. And he sacked whoever it was. And I've heard people saying, there must be something else there. If he's sacking somebody, he's sacking somebody because as Southside was saying, somebody's came to him and gave him deadlines within Ibrox, and they're just basically telling him nonsense, absolute nonsense. And there isn't any guarantees or any underwritten stuff to say, if this happens, we've got this all covered. So he's get rid of somebody. And that's the end of it. No, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to get into the rest of what he was saying, I've got my thoughts on that as well. Like the fit player trading model and things like that. But leave the guy alone. Come on, I don't know whether they're wanting that from me. I heard that one of the craziest things I heard is that he should have told us when he should have come out with a statement telling us there's nothing to say in a statement. I mean, what's that about, Ox? I don't get that. I'm coming out to tell you I've nothing to say. What's all that about? I mean, what good is it doing? See all the criticism. What good is it doing?
Well, people like him on Modern Society. You debate it online. You talk about it on radio shows. I get it, mate. I get it. It's happened. We have to deal with it. But you're right. Yeah, we claim to follow Southside.
Similar to what Albert said, we all heard the interview, and I think he probably was hoping before he come on was that one of the orders of steel would have been here at the end of July, and it hasn't, and it's kicked into August, and that's how he's gave that update now. I think when he first originally says I'll tell you at the end of July, I think he thought he'd have a wee bit better news to tell us, but we all know what he was roughly going to say. We're going to Hampden, and that's where we'll have to go. That is a bit of an inconvenience, but as you say, we travel all over the world and we travel all over Scotland to see Rangers, so going to Hampden's no different. You do it for semi-finals and finals. I'd just prefer it to be in Ibrox. Of course I would. Keep Clement the best chance and the players that we're bringing in to settle into the team. But hopefully it'll not be for too long, Ox, that we'll be at Hampden, and then we can get back to our home, Ibrox.
Yeah. We'll be joined by Jock. Evening,
Jock. How are we doing, boys? How are we?
All right, Jock.
How you doing, Jock?
It's become a regular thing now, Colin. It's something to look forward to.
By the way, I'd just like to let you know, Jock, after the fourth time, I'm not so nice.
It's addictive. It's bloody addictive. That's all I can say to you. It's very addictive.
What's on your mind?
Well, everything you're talking about, we signed the centre-half. Brilliant.
It's not done yet, Jock. It's not done yet. It looks as if it's done yet.
Yeah, it's more or less, I'd say. Until it's done, it's done. I totally agree. Until he's got the scarf above his head and holding the shirt, then it's not done. But at least for me, two centre-halves, please. I'm begging for two centre-halves and a centre-forward. We only have one in my eyes. Danilo's nowhere near ready. So, big dressers, he's had a pre-season, so he could be the man this season. I think it's a love-hate thing with dressers, admittedly, but he's fit. He always puts a shift in. He never goes missing. So let's get behind him, I think. Anyway, we only have one striker, guys. As I said, Danilo coming back from a terrible injury. So if big dressers get injured, who do we have? Who's backup?
Well, you're right, there aren't a lot of options. Who's away? Roof's away. Lammers is somebody who could play there, Seamer's away for last season. Silver's away for last season.
We'd love Big Seamer signed. We absolutely love Big. He gets Rangers. He's everything Rangers. 22, 23. He would have scored 20 goals last season or more had he not gone to that stupid tournament in January. So, we could sign Big Seamer. It'd be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. In my eyes, anyway.
He grew into it. Southside first, then Stevie.
He was playing well in that position, and he was getting in amongst the goals. I just think he's got a year left with a year's option, Jock, and I just think it'll be too much money. Whether we try and get him back in a loan deal, possibly, but then you're probably thinking, where are you going to play Cortez in a way, because you might have to come out of the team if you're putting Seamer straight in, take his position, make him fight for his place, I suppose. Bit of competition, because Seamer's never really played through the middle as a striker. He's done it the odd time, but he's no gave many run of games as an actual striker to see whether he could do it or no. But he was doing a good job. He worked hard. He tracked back. He was good when corners were coming in. He was always there at the front post, getting on it. He done it away. He was good in the opposition box, and he got the club. And he says he likes it and he wants to come back. If a deal can be done, I'm sure Rangers will look at it. But at the moment, we've just got to see what's going to happen and where we're going to put the rest of their money next. I think a striker is important, and I think another centre back's important. But I think we need a midfielder as well. We need a number 6 in there. So somebody will need to go. And we've tried a few players. We've had bids in for players. They've chose to go elsewhere. So they've obviously got a list and we're trying to get it done. And I think we'll probably get another 1 or 2 before the start of before next Tuesday.
Yeah, Stevie.
Aye, for me, you know the script you see with me, John. I don't know if you listened to the show last season, but when the chips and everybody were wanting rid of him, I stuck up for the boy, and I said I think we've seen the worst of him. I think he's only going to get better, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to fling my hat in the ring. He now knows what it consists of, and I think it'd be better this season. And we've got to remember too, if he was taking the penalty kicks, he would have had at least 30 goals last season. Big Desert. Sorry, aye, that's what I was meant to say. Desert.
Yeah,
so that's for me. If we give him, did I want to pin my hopes on him this season? No, I didn't. I wanted another striker, and I still do. But I think the big man's well and capable of going here on Saturday and sticking the ball in the pocket against Hearts. He knows what it consists of now. His fitness is better. He knows what he's doing. He's more settled and all family-wise. And get into this second season, I think he could be a good asset for his Big Deserts. But Seema, man, what Rangers fan does he want Seema? We all want him. I think he was just, I don't know what the situation is. I think he's just out of price range, what they're wanting us to pay for him. But he definitely wants to come to the club. There's no two ways about it. You know, he loves it. He's stated that a million times, you know, and it'd be great to get him, you know.
Albert.
Aye, Seema, I'd love Seema. Definitely. As Stevie's saying, everybody wants him. Most of the Rangers fans, if not all the Rangers fans, would like Big Seema. A deal might get done, you never know. It's football, things happen. Dessers, I mean, he's if he's here, he's here, as far as I'm concerned. If he's going to be the main striker until Danilo's up to speed and the other boy's up to speed, well, fair enough. That's just the way it is. My choice, is it my choice? No. But I'm here to be proved wrong, man. I mean, I'm giving him every chance to prove me wrong, but...
You're only as good as your last game, Albert.
That's it, mate. That's it. He scored a couple of good goals against the German mob, but at the end of the day, it's a friendly. It's not a date in real games. Come on. If he does that in real games, important goals, winning leagues, or winning league games and winning cup games, and then eventually winning the leagues and the cups, definitely, he's the man. But until such times as he starts doing it in the really important games, I'll take him because we've no other choice. That's who's going to be. That's who's going to be.
His mental job, his stats are all right, but his play's different, eh?
Oh, it's frustrating. He can try. I mean, he can have you pulling your hair out, and then 1 minute, but you know, if you look at his stats, he's had out almost every game last season. Never missed a game. Puts a shift in. Scored 22 goals. Had he took penalties, he would have scored 30 goals. So, as I say, he always puts a shift in for me. You know, it's frustrating. What he misses, he could score 60 goals, but second season, like you say, obviously gets it. So, I get behind him all the way. So he's the only striker that's fit. So, we've no choice until someone else comes in, whoever that would be. If that's the Aberdeen boy, which I can't see, or whether it's Shankland, they won't pay the money they want, so it might be the boy from Bristol City, Conway, but they want silly money, so we don't know who's going to come in yet. Still, I know it's only it's the last day in July, but you could say it's just the last month of trading, so somebody will come in, but who remains to be seen, doesn't it?
Aye, I would like it to be the manager's choice and let him build his team. Obviously, he didn't sign Dessers, but we'll see where it takes us. I don't disagree. He needs a centre forward, Jock. I think think the same.
Another one. If he gets injured, then look. If he does, look, touch wood, he doesn't get injured. If he gets injured, we're in trouble for strikers. I tell you now, in trouble.
It's the only striker we've got, Jock, as well, but he's the best one we've got, to be honest, because you can't really judge Danilo. You know,
Some people might think it the other way, Jock. If he stays fit, we're in trouble.
Aye, you could say that as well. I got a funny story for you. It's a true story. May I say I met an ex-Rangers manager say 6 weeks ago. I had to go to hospital from having trouble with the spine, boys. Whatever, I think on Tuesday morning. So my pal picked me up, and he looked worse than me. I've come out. I went, "Come on, we'll go for a cup of tea, Joe." I went, "I need more." So we went to the pub, and I was on the Diet Cokes. And I go to supper, I was half a pint, half a shandy actually. He goes, "We'll go for a walk around Soho." I goes, "Paul, I can't walk." He jumped in a taxi anyway, and then who did we meet? Alex McLeish in Soho. What a gentleman, what a guy. Honestly, what a giant of a man.
Was he on his way home?
No, this is Soho about, say, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We met McLeish and his wife and daughter. Absolutely brilliant. Talked about Rangers, all the. As soon as I seen him, I made a beeline from hop to him. You could say, "Hey, what's the matter with you? Because I'm having trouble downstairs with the spine." McLeish, come to shake your hand and say thank you. Go, come join us. And he was getting stuck into the wine that bit, and talked everything Rangers from his time from buying Arteta, Ferguson, the treble team. But he was great for 15 minutes. I had a couple of pints with him, then he had to go. But when I say a giant of a guy, this guy was a great. Look, he's had a brilliant career at Rangers. What he's done, he had a good career down in England. Won a trophy in England. He was good to Scotland. But see the size of the man, enormous, absolutely enormous. I was like a wee boy, sitting next to him when I got my pick.
I've been in Alex company a few times, mate. Anyway, we'll be joined by Big Davy. Old Davy, sorry, Big Davy. I don't know him that well. Old Davy, how are we doing?
What do you mean, Big Davy? You even talked to my window cleaner?
No, she.
Oh, how you doing?
All right,
good evening. Good day, yes, I'm fine. And you all bear on the dynamic duo. Great to hear the boys back on the show. Take my hat off to you the other day there, Stevie boy. You put yourself over marvellously about that young man. Terrific. Right, so let's get down to business here. Just a wee what you were saying about Golston. This is what's great. This is what's great about this show. You get to say your piece, whether you like it or they don't like it. You get a chance on this show. Here's my bit. The Golston should have went about 2 seasons ago. I wish him all the best. I wouldn't wish him anything else but the best. But it was never my cup of tea in the first place. And when he came away with the remarks, when we got dumped by Hibs about we knew we would be at half time, he just went right out the window with me. But I wish him all the best in his future career. And I think you're dead right. You're all spot on regarding we need to get centre forward, boys.
Listen, mate, I get the things he said that day against Hibs. I mean, that was a debacle. We were all low, and maybe, listen, it's live telly. I know you've never done live telly, Dave. I know you've done a few films, but Stevie's done live telly, and it's difficult. Once you say it, it's out your mouth, innit?
Yep. Listen, I'm a natural now, so am I. Fortnight now. But listen, can I rewind a wee bit and
yes.
Ask Jock a question? Jock, I'm sorry to hear about your health, mate. You're back there.
Oh, yes. Absolute agony.
Aye. You haven't got a
absolute.
so have you?
Say that again.
have you got a ticket for Saturday's game? If you're not making it, I know somebody will take it.
I tell you what, I have got, Stevie. I've got the best fire stick in the world. And do you know who sold me the fire stick? My Sky engineer. That'll make you laugh.
Jock, just remember, this is a live show, mate. Right, wind your neck in. Southside.
I forgot what we're talking about here now.
We're talking about between us on the platform tonight. We've got 3 tickets for Tidecast, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, well, yeah, that's good. I'm delighted for you. No, you fool me now.
Flung us under a bus, Stephen.
Aye.
Mr. Gold.
No, Goldson, aye, listen, I take what Davey says and all into account. You don't forget Davey, you know, but listen, he's done, he had his moments, as I said earlier on the show, where you could have went what you doing bigging. But to be for as long as he was there, you're not going to have a centre back. It doesn't make a mistake from time to time. Didn't think he was the bravest, Davey, but listen, it's time for change. And it looks like we're going to bring in this boy for FC20, their captain. And that's what we're looking for now. Just new heroes, Davey, going forward. And if you never know, he is 30-year-old, should come with decent experience. I don't think he's ever played outside Holland. So, but this is his move now, and this is what he wants to do, come to us. So if we can get 3 or 4 good years out of him, and he's playing every week or more or less, how come on, rotates it, then that's all we're looking for. But somebody commanding, somebody that can go up and park and stick his head on the ball and get his goals for set pieces would help and all. But just command your area, command your defence, and that's what we're looking for, Dave, you know, a leader.
Yeah. Davey, can you come, mate?
Aye, that's usual spot on the suicide, you know, but he was never a leader in my eyes. But I mean, he done his bit. But I still say a guy should have left a couple of seasons ago. No disrespect to Tavernier. I'm getting a bit concerned about nothing happening in that front, because these old guards, we've got to move on for that. We should have done it 2 seasons ago.
If they want someone, they've got a contract.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
You know, but I mean, it's no different. We're stuck with you, aren't we? We can't get rid of you.
I love it. Right on.
And we've not got a contract, Albert.
No, we don't get contracts. It's 0 hour contracts we get, Davey.
It's good to hear you, Albert. Good to hear you.
How have you been?
I'm doing all right. I'm a lot better than I was. Even I'm back out playing golf, so can't be that bad.
That'll drive you crazy, mate. That will drive you crazy.
Just dying to see the Gers again. And just another wee thing while I jump in here. I just hope everybody calms down a wee bit. Because I see all this pre-season hype and talking about changing managers. I mean, some of the Rangers supporters need to get a grip of themselves. You're getting far too far ahead of yourself.
Here, David. Here. Got yourself, David. Platform's yours.
It just annoys me when I hear that. I mean, what are they expecting for this guy? You can't criticise him. There's nothing there to criticise. It's the team, the players he's got there. They can be criticised, but you can't complain. Okay, his setup's not great, but he's setting up to what he's got on the bench and in the squad. So that's going to change. So hopefully we'll see something different. But people need to calm down, get behind the team, as man would say, and let's see what happens.
Can I come in there, Ox?
Yes, I was tears my eyes there. I was waiting for fight them in the beaches, Stevie. You carry on.
Fantastic for Davey. Absolutely fantastic. No enough of it. Everybody's all worried. They're wanting this done and that done. And can I just say something? I'm with Davey. I mean, get rid of Clement and replace him with who? And what are you getting rid of him for? I mean, he's totally right. Some of the Rangers fans need to get a grip. Yes, He's made mistakes. 110% he's made mistakes. The big man, sometimes he's set up in a team or maybe playing a different player or whatever. Get rid of him. Come on, man. Come on. When do we cut that cycle? New managers every 2 years. When do we stop that nonsense? This man knows what he's doing. Just get behind him. Let's get behind him, man, and let's judge him on this season. He won his League Cup last year. We took them right to the death.
We blew the league, Stevie. That's where the hangover came from, yeah? We blew the league.
Of course it is, man. But listen, the big man's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's not going to have the greatest start this season, no being at Ibrox. Any fault he's in. And let's be honest, the financial thing, that's the fault of his either. He's totally stuck between a rock and a hard place with some of it. But look, we need to just get behind him and give him a chance. I mean, my God, he's been here 8 months or something and we're wanting rid of him. Davey's right about some of the Rangers fans. They need to stop cramping their pants and start getting a wee bit of the spirit of the battle fever, no surrender run about them. That's more like it.
Listen, it's not started. We'll critique all the games. We've critiqued the performances in pre-season, Southside. Yeah, and we've been honest. They've not been great to watch. There was some nice football at the weekend there. But, the group, they've no good. But it doesn't start till Saturday. And we'll critique that and all, but Saturday's all about 3 points.
Aye, obviously you want to maybe win a couple of pre-season games. It gets the spirit and the mood up a wee bit. But like I've said, that they don't really bother me at all. You want to try and see a wee bit of shape and a wee bit of this or that. Well, you certainly seen it the last game we played against Union. We looked no bad and moved the ball about at times, and then we looked open and we looked where we know or we could be hurt at times. So it gives the manager time to make sure that the players know that these spaces were made when we were in certain positions on the park. We're not going to get opened up like that every week in the Premier League. So we should be able to play a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2. I don't think it's 4-2-3-1. It's probably the system we'll play, but in Scotland we should be able to adapt, no bother, to a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3. I think would suit us better. But either or, when we go to Tynecastle, it's just picking up the 3 points and then we move on. And hopefully as we move on, we'll get another few additions into the team and into the squad. And then once we've had a few be a bit of time to settle in, get some training in, get managers' instruction, we'll get them right on the park. And hopefully that'll make a total difference to the team. I've seen bits and bobs on YouTube. Some of the other people, other fans on certain things talking. Some of them are having a bit of a meltdown. But listen, I'm sure we've got nothing to fear for Hearts on Saturday, that's for sure. So we just stick by him, come on. He's the guy that's chosen to lead us forward. The board believe in him. Bennett's come out and said that he's going to be here. And what do you want to change managers for and get another new squad once we get more players in? Nah, stick by the big man. I'm sure he'll get it right going forward.
Yeah. Colbert.
Totally agree, 100%, mate. Got to stick with him, got to give him his full term. He's got a 4-year contract, I believe. The man should stay for at least a 4 year. Give him a fighting chance to sort this out. Because it is a mess he's come into, and he has a hell of a job to sort it out. It's not just right saying the first team in the squad, the first teams, it's the whole football department, mate. He's got to sort it out, and that's what they're trying to do. And it's going to be painful. But that doesn't mean we can't compete, and he knows that as well. He knows we can still compete. It's not that we're throwing any tools in at all. It's just a difficult job the man's got. And we're talking to him, as Davey said, of him as an individual. As an individual, you've got to give the guy the support and give him a fighting chance. Because I, for one, think he knows what he's doing. He's made mistakes.
Can I ask you something about, if you don't mind?
Go for it.
Right, you've had lists and you've listened to lists, you've watched lists, you've done lists. Is there anybody left the club so far that the majority of support didn't want to leave the club?
Didn't want to leave the club?
No.
A fit Jack, maybe, but he's not.
But sands of time in that, yeah. Sands of time. You can't, you know what it's like. You can't turn back time, yeah.
Yeah, nah, I can't think. I can't think.
You could see a fit Jack came out, you're fit, week in, week out. Colston at his peak 3 years ago. I get all that, but at the end of last season, is there anybody left the club that the support didn't want to leave?
I can't think of him, mate, to be honest with you. To me, everybody that's left is I'm happy they're away.
Mm-hmm.
I think
maybe even more.
I think, definitely more, mate. It's not finished yet. It's far from finished. I mean, you're going to come on to the boys' teams as well, and there's a lot of players got to leave this club, and a lot of players need to look in the mirror and think to themselves, have I blown my chance here at Rangers by just being apathetic or we're just hanging about, no putting my full effort into it, no concentrate, whatever it is. They all need to look at themselves and say to them, if you want to stay, you need to up your game. It's as simple as that. And we don't mean run a wee bit harder. We mean if you get a chance and the door for the first team is wide open for everybody at the club, it's wide open for you. There's your chance, take it. But you've got to go in and influence games. We McCausland and people like that need to realise that. It's not just about I'm a first team player now. You need to come on the park and influence the game. You need to contribute to winning games. And winning cups and leagues. That's what it's all about, mate. So, no, back to what your original point was, no. I don't see anybody that I regret's walked out the door. Nobody. No.
So, at the club, Southside, then Stevie can chip in, we'll go to the two callers. At the club, then, if you like, the majority of support wanted, maybe not bringing the players in quick enough. That's a different debate. But the people leaving, age, injuries in the contracts, it's all the people that people wanted at the club.
Aye, I said that Monday night. A lot of people have come on the show the last year or two, and they're all screaming, we should get rid of this, get rid of him, get rid of that. I've said too, we should have get rid of on here and all. And as I've said it, most of them are all away. So it's what we all wanted. But obviously you want that quick change here, you want to see these players coming in and maybe they might be in. Aye. It's all right. We can all turn around and say we want rid of him, we want rid of him, we want rid of him. You know, we've made some mistakes in some of the signings, and there's some signings that we've made that they've unfortunately got injured, like Danilo, for talking sake, we picked him out just recently. He said 2 injuries that's kept him out, so we don't know what he can do. Now we're going to hope when he comes back, he's going to come back and show us a bit of form and show us something that made us want to buy him. So, but aye, it's just some players will need a wee bit of time to settle on when we get them in the door. It's only natural, and if we're buying younger players, now and again they're going to dip in and out of form. We criticise McCausland for doing it. Well, there's no reason why Diamante had patchy spells last season. A lot of fans criticised him. I kept saying he'll be a far better player this year. Once he's had that wee bit of time to settle in, the experience, knows what it's all about, I'm looking for him to be a much better player this year for us. But a day, because he's young, might dip in and out of form. Same with Yefty. These young players that we're buying, Connor Barron, they're the same. But hopefully they'll grow, and the less dip in form they'll get, it'll be better for us. But they will dip form at some point in the season. It's only natural.
Everybody's a bad game. I remember I had one once. Stevie?
Everybody said get rid of a lot of them. Serial losers. We need a new mindset. The manager backed it up by telling them the only man that's safe is a big goalie. And that's all I want to say on it. For me, everybody's a gamble coming in the door. Is there enough of them get out the door quick enough? Maybe no, but that's the fault of our managers around like that, is it?
No. And you come, Jock? And you come, mate?
I agree with everything. Take my words out. I agree with everything we all say. There'll be bumps in the road, won't there? Obviously. We all want a big squad, don't we? We all want new players, but like you say, it's all going to take time. Tav's not at the door yet, so it'll take time, isn't it? It's going to take time. August tomorrow, so I'm sure there'll be ins and outs, like we all say. So I can think of that. Look, I have to go, boys. I'm not well tonight, but I just had to call in, and I'll speak to you guys another time.
You take it easy, mate, and you come in and when you feel better, mate, and it was great to hear from you, mate.
Please,
I hope everything works out for you, yeah?
Tuesday morning, the operation, so touch wood, I'm back on my feet again, all right?
All right,
after the operation. All the best, boys. We are the people, always, okay?
Cheers,
Take
mate.
care. Bye.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.
I hope it does all right.
Aye.
Oh,
That's no ne- Yes, mate.
see if Tav doesn't go, do you think it'll be a major outcry if he doesn't go? If he stays this other season, considering if we use, we've not got a lot of cover at right back, have we?
Let's be honest, big man, if Tav doesn't go, he's the driving seat. He's got 2 years left of his contract, mate. Yeah. It's going to be a deal that he wants. Yeah.
Aye. Listen, I was thinking about it and I thought, Sterling's been relatively fit the whole time he's been here. And if he changes him a bit, you might get a better performance out of Tav for even if you kept him for 6 months to have backup to Sterling should anything go wrong. And if they're playing so many games each, which you might rotate, you might get a more freshness off him just for that period of time that he's there. I'm just thinking, gent, of a big outcry if he's still there and he's no one of the players that does move.
Some people, there was some people not happy. I mean, obviously Tav said his detractors and his positives. I mean, Fox, he's always been a fan and thinks he always brings more than he lets us down. Other people think it's time because he's been at the club 9 years now and he's moving in, is it 2015 up the right, Warburton, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's time, and it's whether you think his time's up or no, it's Tav. Well, we missed Tav, arguably we all, Stevie.
Listen, we're talking about getting a new mindset into the club and everything else. It's already been set. The manager said that the only person that was safe was the goalie. So that's including Tav getting out the door, innit? If somebody comes in, it's something that you're quite rightly what you said. It's got to be a deal that Tav wants, at the fact that, he's the driving seat and he's got 2 years left in his contract. But when you hear things like, he's going to go to Saudi and that with Gerrard, that again for big money, and it would release some really good funds for our club, you get disappointed a wee bit because he's no went then. But when you look at it and you draw the line and you listen to what Southside says there, he's really good cover, isn't he? If they're playing Sterling there and Tav, that's took Kerry, isn't it? The right back position as well took Kerry if he stays here. I wouldn't say it was a disaster if he stays up. It's definitely no.
It's maybe because Tav will be a big earner, Southside, if that makes sense, yeah. That'll be the priority. He's got 2 years left of his contract. He's in the driving seat, mate. He's totally in the driving seat.
Yes, to a point, mate. I get that. But I'm just looking at, when we're looking at players that we want out the door, or players that you're thinking they'll need to get the door. I mean, if you give, and I get Tav's part of the old furniture and you're trying to move on, but I'm just saying Sterling hasn't been totally fit the whole time. I think he'll pick up bookings in the right back position, and he might even hit suspension time at some point. I'm just saying, if he doesn't go, I mean, if he goes, fine, I'm not worried about it, but I'm just thinking long term of that right back position, should Sterling hit the injuries or whatever, then we really need cover. And if Tav's maybe not playing every week, it might keep him fresh. And when he comes in, you're hoping you'll get a good performance off him. Plus, you're taking away a lot of goals that he scores in that season out that team when he does go on. So, we know what he brings forward, but his form's been rotten that we've seen. But I'm just looking at long term, just up to even if a 6 months period, would it be better to keep him? Or is it one we have to rush out the door?
Albert?
I look at it different, mate. It's for a money point of view, mate. It's just about money. And I'll be honest with you, Pab's not a daft wee boy. He's a reasonably clever man, and he'll be thinking this way. He'll be thinking, if I go next summer, I get a testimonial this year and I get another year's wages, which will total into about maybe £2.5 million. Then I get a big transfer next summer to whatever. I get a signing on fee and I'll probably get a 2-year deal out of that. Same money I'm getting here. So it makes sense for him to go next summer. For him personally, for the club, it's better he goes to now, because we save that year's money and wages and we can bring somebody else in. So to me, it's just money, mate. It's nothing to do with loyalties. It's nothing to do with testimonials that he needs to do one, he should get one, and all this nonsense. It's just a case of money. And if I was in Tab's position, I'd be going next summer. I wouldn't be going this summer. I'd be sitting myself going, no, I'm doing myself out of £2.5 million here, plus a signing on fee, plus a negotiation to get another 2-year contract. So that's a further year on his contract for next year. So no, I'd be like, no for me. Total cost for him, that'd be close to £5 million, mate, for the next 3 years. No, I wouldn't be moving, mate. I'd be staying where I'm at.
I get it. Right, we'll come back to it. Get yourself in mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, as I was going to say earlier on, Rangers Radio is always looking for people to get involved. So if you're interested, email us at rangersradio@gmail.com and we'll get back to you. Always welcome new people, new bodies, and there's a lot of jobs and a lot of things that need required to make Rangers Radio work. Get back to the tab one, Southside. I'm the old bear. Economics. You'd want to make you shake hands and move on this summer. Part player. I think I don't want to ruin the guy's legacy. Yeah, he's still young enough to go and play, but he doesn't look fit.
I'm sure everybody that's out there listening that might want to buy him and they'll be like, what do you want to buy him for? They're just slaughtering him. He's no fit. He's this, he's that. No, listen, I'm not advocating him to stay.
Have you watched him on Saturday? Wasn't he fit, was he?
No. He hasn't. He's not looked fit since he's come back at all. And obviously there's been murmurings where he might be moving on. Listen, I'm not saying keep him. Still got a text in with somebody saying, you saying keep him? No, I'm just saying, if we can't move him in the summer and you're maybe even keeping him to then, all I'm saying is he would probably be decent backup for Sterling at right back. Mm-hmm. That was all I was advocating. Because if you give me the chance now to say what player do I want out the door, Matondo for me. It's time for him to go. He's not bringing into the party. He showed be flashes here and there, but let's be honest, we even watched him in pre-season. You know, it's not good enough. He's picking up a chunky wage. and he's not bringing anything to the party. And when I look at the starting 11 in my head, there are players that I think will start, and then I think he's going to be an expensive sub on our bench. And okay, he might come on and do something now and again, but for me, he's not done anything in a Rangers jersey anywhere near to justify.
For the salary, mate.
Not just that, just playing at our club box. No, I just don't think he's bringing anything at all. No, it's no good. It's no good enough.
He's not a young boy. Yeah,
it's just not good enough, mate. It's not good enough.
I don't disagree. I'll throw it back at you if anybody's sticking a bio. I'm hoping they're not listening. Bear. Then Davy.
Oh, Matondo, I agree with that. He's his time's well up, man. What we're saying, and I say the wee.
I think he's brilliant. Best forward I've ever seen.
Apart from that,
he's got good movement.
I say to wee McCausland, he needs to contribute again. He's not the only one. I mean, there's plenty out there. You've got Matondo, you've got Devine, you've got the wee boy, the wee left back. What's his name? Southside.
Robbie Fraser.
Fraser. Plenty of players that need to up their game. Even Danilo, I know he's coming back for injury, but he still need to come on and prove himself. So there's plenty out there. But Matondo is a high earner, and you don't get much out of him. You really don't. Let's be honest about it. The goal against them was about it for me. I can't really. Oh, he scored another one in Europe. I think a good goal in Europe, but it's not enough, mate. It's just not enough. I want these players to really make a difference when our backs are against the wall and we need them. It's all right winning 3-4-0 and they chip in with the fourth goal. I want it a 1-0 and they scored the goal, the winner. And that's what you're looking for, really important goals. Score important goals for us that make a big difference. That's what I'm looking for. You can't be brilliant in every game. I'm not expecting to be Messi or anything like that. But you can contribute to the team. You can contribute to the cause. And they're just not doing enough yet. But it doesn't look like he's gone anyway, does it?
No, it's not been Messi. He's got 2 years to go, mate. And I've got a funny feeling. See him for 2 years. Yeah, just my gut feeling. Davey and then Stevie.
Is this debate on about Matondo here?
No, whatever you want, or you can.
No. See how we switched. We went for Tavernier and that. But I mean, see if we go back just a couple of pages here. We're talking about Golson and Tavernier. All these contracts were of our making. That's where we made the mistake. So you've got to just say, this is it. And as a guy, you were saying, if an offer comes in, take it. If he's got any inclinations being thought about in the past tense, he should take it. But we don't know. That could happen. And I'm more concerned that Clement thinks he's a decent fullback. Because his defending, as we all know, has been shocking. But Clement just seems to think he's the bee's knees. I don't get that. Maybe I'm picking that up wrong. Maybe I'm getting the wrong vibe here.
If I'm playing devil's advocate, it's maybe what you see in public and what you see in private are two different things.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I love you, Davey. Stevie.
Shut up, you. Don't encourage him.
Stevie.
Two different things. I take it my time, Catchup. Listen, 100%. Listen, Davey's right. See the contracts that we're dishing out, 4 year to Tav, 4 year to goals and all that. We're paying through and nose for it now. We know about it. We know it's going to be hard to get rid of some of these players on the wages they're on and everything else. So I can only agree with Davey, and I just want to agree with my wingman Southside about Matondo. Matondo is a total and utter waste of clothes, and I would rather look at Davey's window cleaner for an hour and a half and watch that boy. There you go.
Right, but I think if I get it about the goals and Tav contracts, but you could put an argument up there, Albert, because of the money we've got some revenue in for Golson, that if you give him a 2 year contracted a lot for nothing. So maybe somebody got it right. We got it right.
I don't know if that was planned, if it was a fluke, mate, a total fluke.
I don't know,
but,
mate. But I'm just saying that's it. If you got money in for him and you partied and you've got his wages and you paid him for 2 years, there's an argument they got it right. Because if we had gave him a 2-year contract, he'd have been one of the ones walking away for nothing.
The go
do you
to
think he got it right? Go for it, Stevie.
No, I'm just saying, Ox, 100% they got it wrong. They should never
I
have
wouldn't have
kept
given him a 4-year contract. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you look at the economics, if they brought the money in, if they'd have given him a 2-year deal at the time, he'd have walked with the rest of them. Bizarre as it sounds.
What did we get for Golson? $1.5 million?
Reported something like that. We'll never know, mate. We'll never know. So,
Well, in his pocket, he would have had to pay him for the 2 year it was left in his contract. No, it's straight into his pocket.
You don't know what the deal is, mate, because if he's went and got another 4-year deal, yeah.
Aye. I definitely think that we would have had to pay him his 2 year for him to go, mate. 100%. So what we got on him, it's straight into his pocket.
Oh, mate,
Well, I mean,
I would reckon that'd be close to £4 million. I don't think that'd be the case. Southside, then Albert.
I don't think we should have given him the money that we gave him on the extra 4-year deal. I think we all know that. We've all said it. As much as he's been decent or a leader and organiser, and some people argue he's probably been one of your better centre backs for a long time. When you look at some of the centre backs we've had for the last 6-7 years. After that, it'd take away since Golson signed, and a lot of people probably say he's been one of your better defenders that we've actually had. But listen, he's away, and that's the most important thing now for us. A lot of people wanted him to go. We need change, and we're going to get change. And that's the way it is at Rangers. You can't get too sentimental about players. They only come for the money usually anyway. They don't have everything that we've got about the club, the identity of the club. So he came up, he's done well by us. He's had a good career out us. The only thing you can probably say is he didn't win enough medals. And he's probably going to have about 2-3 years left in the rest of his career, and he'll be retiring probably. So the biggest chunk it's been spent to us, and he's been handsomely paid for it while he's been here.
Oh, my husband, Albert.
To me, it's quite simple. I mean, they got it wrong. As Stevie said, they did get it right. They paid them too much. But again, the simple question is, the wage bill that we've got, does anybody think for a minute the wage bill we're paying out, we got a return, a proper return on that? Trophy-wise,
no,
entertainment-wise, nah. I'm the same as you, Stevie. No chance. Absolutely no chance.
Attendance-wise.
Aye, I mean, that's all right. I mean, that used to be the Diddy prize. Aye, that used to be the Diddy prize at the end of the year when you're at school, wasn't it? Everybody's getting the English and all this, history and all that. You walk up and get the best attendance, know what I mean? Dummy, you know what I mean? He's sitting there. I mean, that's what that is. It's nonsense, mate. It's part of the wages we pay out are too high, way high. And we've learnt our lesson. We're in a sticky situation that the man, Clermont, and his team are trying to dig us out of, and they'll get there. But self-inflicted when it comes to the wages, mate. We can't blame anybody else for ourselves for that. Okay, we might have had to pay the wages for various reasons. Come up to Scotland and play, or want better money, and to make it more attractive to get them away, maybe for somebody else is trying to sign them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't work, mate. You've got to box within your budget, or you're going to get this. This will happen again, repeat. And your man's already said we're not going to rinse and repeat. Not just with the manager, with any of this. This has got to be done properly. It's definitely going to be done properly. But paid too much at the beginning, mate. That's a fact.
Yeah, I get it. But I think, if I'm honest, if you ask me my opinion, Davey, I think potentially at the time I would have given him a 2-year contract with an option. Yeah, that's what I would have done. I thought 4 years was too long, and I don't disagree with the chaps that maybe the salary was too high. Yeah.
Aye, well, that's whatever way. It's hard. It's a hard call. So whatever way you want to look at it, you can look at it one way, you can look at it the other way. But at the end of the day, the man's away, so we move on. We look forward to the weekend. I'm a bit concerned about that Hefty or Jefty, whatever the guy's name is. He just looks a wee bit no at it, doesn't he? That could come together. But we've got Rip Van there, and that's a good thing. But as we're talking about Tavernier... Sorry?
Sorry, David, carry on.
No, but we're talking about, when you're talking about Tavernier there, if Stirling sat, Tavernier shouldn't be getting a game. And no disrespect, I don't have any, sorry wee Robert if you're listening, I don't have any disrespect for him. He's done his bit, he's been great, but his vote's sailed. So we've got to concentrate on what we've got in the squad at the moment. So we march on with what we've got, and hopefully we'll see some good results coming out of this, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Jeffy looks as if he's got a bit of development today. I'll be kind when I say that, Southside.
Aye, listen, it could be the shape of the team in that now as well. Because he's been caught out, but he's looked a wee bit unsure about where he should be at times. But that's probably just the shape of the team, and it should be down to Davis and Suter and Butland to help him. But he looks good going forward, I think, when you get him one-on-one and he cuts inside and he's got a right good burst of pace. He looks quite skillful when he's motoring on, but ideally we want him to be good defensively. So it should be a good battle if the two of them are fit, between Ridvan and him to play most weeks. So it'll be interesting.
Right, I'll put you on the spot. Old Davies raised it. Who starts on Saturday in the left back position? Southside.
Yilmaz.
Stevie.
Yilmaz.
Albert.
Yilmaz.
Davey.
Mulligan. I just thought I'd go with it. No, it's going to be the wee boy.
I disagree with you. I would start Southside, then let's get in the ground, Stevie.
Mr. Gold. You tell me how something bronze get 2 tickets and something gold don't go any.
We need to put a complaint in about that one.
You don't know the source, but that's what the problem is. You don't know the source. Anyway, I'll miss you. Don't worry about it. I'll miss you.
Don't worry about it. Susan's doing a brilliant job in that ticket office, man. She's stressed out and everything, so she's doing a brilliant job. They're working hard in that ticket office, you know that?
Yeah. Saturday's a long time away. You know what
I'm not worried, mate. I'm not worried at the moment.
Yes. You never know who the next customer for Mr. AB is going to be, Stevie, and you never know. That could free up a couple, you know?
That's correct. Now, listen, I'm going to say something live on air, and I'm going to keep to this promise. If you don't get a ticket, I'll give you mine. Right, there you go. But you'll need to take Jamban with you, okay? So there you go. That's a kind of bare armour. You go to Europe.
That's amazing what you get all there when you put a petty lip on in it.
No, I'm starting to get worried because he's mentioning first in terms with the lasses in the ticket office and all that. He normally doesn't do things like that. So, listen, the tickets are for you. Just take a deep breath and come.
Listen, we might be all right. You never know. It's only Wednesday, mate. You know what I mean?
Only
so
Wednesday.
Hopefully the threes will make the journey.
Yep. Aye. Of course. Well, it's only early.
Aye, it's only early. Yes, a lot of things can change. Right, okay, so I don't disagree. I think on forum, and obviously he's coming back for a wee bit of an injury. Ridvan, because he didn't finish, hopefully he's going to be fitter this season. We can see if we've got an asset, Marwan. And then if Jeffy can develop, well, don't know where it takes. It could improve our team and our squad. Albert.
I mean, the boy Jeff, he's not a clue at defending, mate, but it can be taught. It's not. He's got skill. There's no doubt about that. He's got skill. He's got a bit of pace. So the things that you look for in a football player, he's actually got. The defending side that you can teach, mate. It's no. I keep telling you before. You can teach shaved apes to defend. It's not that difficult. So that can be taught. So I think the boy's got a future. Definitely got a future.
Can I ask a question, Ox?
Of course.
Have we won a watch with the boy Barron?
Early signs are good. I thought he was quiet, but covered the ground well at the weekend. I think he's a guy. He's a team player, in my opinion, and he gets about the park. And I think Allbear misses Ryan Jack. I mentioned Ryan Jack. He's not quite got the stature of Ryan Jack, but he's young, and if he could grow into it, he could be the next Ryan Jack. Southside, then Allbear, then Davy.
I think he's a tidy player. He's young, he's enthusiastic, he works hard, he's willing to learn. When I heard Kevin Thompson talking about him and said he had him at Kelty and he done everything they asked him, he made it hard for him. He was in with pros and all that. He was young, and he said he done a job for him when they won the league. So he thinks he could probably succeed. And that's somebody that knows him. It's taught him when he was on loan for Aberdeen. So listening to what KT had to say, Kevin Thompson, then mate, I think he could have a good future base going forward. I think he might have to fight at times for his place, because I think we'll bring another midfielder in, Stevie, and he might come out now and again, but listen, make some money to fight and get back in the squad, and they'll come on to date for a reason, because they're still a young boy. It's a lot of games and pressure to put onto him. It's alright starting at Aberdeen, but now you're at Rangers, it's the scrutiny's on you all the time. So I think he's got a good chance. Today.
He looks a tidy player, what we've seen so far. Hopefully if he does get the team, he does have a long face on. Albert?
He's made over the stature of Jack, but he's got the instincts of Jack. You can see it. I like what I see with the boy. I like his attitude. I like the fact that he's not going to be messed about. Where that's including his own teammates. He's going to let them know he's there. He's going to let the opposition know he's there, and he's got a good football brain. You can see it. I like the fact that when he tracks people and engages with people, he doesn't play that chases game. No, I mean, he's always nearly getting to it. He's not that type of player. He gauges it properly. No, I mean, he's really good at doing it and getting in, nicking the ball back after him or defending the opposition really well. So I think the boy's going to be a player, man. I think he is. He needs to kick on. Don't get me wrong. He's not there yet, but the signs are looking good. Same as Jeffrey, the signs are looking good that these players can develop into really, really good players.
Oh, Davy.
I am with the guys, but I still think it's slightly too early to sort of, judge the boy where he is at the moment. It's too many. Once the league starts and all that, and we start to get a wee bit more of a settled team, I think he'll blend in well. But he needs a lot of support around about him, and hopefully we can provide that. But just to see where he is, I'll go with the guys. He does look good, and he's got the enthusiasm. So let's hope he goes through and develops into a better player.
Aye, he's been a pick of the bunch over the pre-season, so say, but it's not a high bar.
No, it's no. But when he's had to come in, and he's got to form a partnership with somebody long term when you're going forward. And if at the moment it's been Diamandi, so it's about to understanding where they'll be on the park and the shape and the style out the ball and with the ball and without the ball. I think probably you'll find Diamandi goes more forward at times than Connor's going to do. So, but like I say, I'm hoping we're going to bring our midfielder in Ox anyway, somebody with a bit of experience, somebody that can control the game, speed it up, slow it down, knows what he's doing, and it'll be down to the rest of them to fight for their positions in the team. That's what we need.
People wanted legs in the team. Diamandi's come in, he can definitely get a bit of parts. In fact, sometimes too much. He goes chasing the ball at times. Connor Barron gets a bit of the pitch. If you actually compare them, what we watched at times last year when Jack and Lundstrom, who at times even last season were taking the game, but they didn't have legs. Davy?
Aye, you're spot on, Ox. But come the Hearts game, we'll have a better idea of where we're where they're needing, if they've gone to jail or we're just a wee bit rusty or blah, blah, blah. But once we see that, we'll have a better understanding of where we're heading. But you're spot on about what you said there.
We're moving on slowly towards the last half of the show. Come and join us, give your thoughts. 0141 356 1972. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, Colin Barron started off well. He gets about. He's not the biggest, but he is competitive and he gets stuck in. And by the way, we've got to again we talk about injuries. Young Raskin, bang, friendly, bang, out for 6 weeks. Got a bit of rehab today. Might not see him for back in the first team for maybe 2-3 months. We can't catch a break, can we?
Unlucky for the boy. But one of the things that you've got to think is, did you actually miss him? That's what that boy needs to think about. But you're right, it's unfortunate, mate. It's just one of the things. A tackle and a friendly like that, it's ridiculous. But there you go, it's just happened again. So 6 weeks will probably turn into 2 months, or 2 months will turn into half a season, and half a season will turn into a season. No our luck. That's the way it goes for us, isn't it? But hope the boy comes back sooner rather than later. And he has definitely got competition now, that boy. He needs to up his game dramatically. Saying that our young boys need to do it, he needs to do it as well. Which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
I'm glad you mentioned the young boys. I know you three gentlemen were down at Capello last night, rode by the River Clyde, rode by Bishopton Southside, and watched the
sped by Bishop. No, I'm adding that. I was sped by Bishop.
I watched the young boys 1-3-1. Yeah, Southside guys are quick summing up of the game last night. And anybody's thoughts, Sean?
Last night, I played Bonus United in the Challenge Cup. I think the first half, Bonus, they scored the first minute or two. It was a bad pass sort of back for young Devine. Adam Devine was playing right back. And between him and the goalkeeper, he got his sort of feet mixed up, sort of moved the ball about, and then just the striker nicked in and scored a goal off it. But Rangers come back into it, but they were a bit more. I think the first half it was more end-to-end stuff for a wee bit of time, and then Rangers scored. Who was it again? Paul Niso scored the equaliser to make it 1 each. Alex Lowry played in the game as well. Played no bad, but a lot more time. The tempo's not as high, Oxy. When I said to Albert last night when we were watching the game, it's like when you're putting him into the first team environment now, if Alex Lowry just so happened to start against Hearts, what he played in last night is nothing what he's going to face on the Saturday. But it was no a bad game. Archie Stevens stuck out. He played wide right. I thought Paul Niso was pretty good in the midfield. And who else did we say? I think it was somebody else. The boy, Josh Gentles. Finlay Curtis was no bad. He scored the third goal. He said first team, we got a wee thing in the pre-season. Josh Gentles, I think, looked a wee bit better since the first time we've seen him. As I said to Albert, plays through the middle as a striker. But they finished 3-1 at half time, and that's where it finished after the 90 minutes, mate. But it was a decent game to watch, and I think we looked more fitter second half than they did, didn't they, Albert?
Aye. We're definitely the better team than them, there's no doubt about that. But they were a bit shaky the first 10, 15 minutes, and then they settled in. We settled right into it, and they started passing the ball about. But it's Southside saying it's academy football, academy pace, academy strength they're playing, you know what I mean? So you're looking at them and you've got that in mind, because I'm looking, saying, right, who's ready? Well, not so ready, but who's close to the first team? Who just needs taking under the wing of Clement and showing the way? The wee boy, Archie Stevens, is a superb player, mate. Superb player, the wee boy, he really is. He's too good to be playing in B teams. but he's not quite ready to play in the first team. So he's caught right in the middle. They need to do something with this boy, because I'm telling you, you're going to make a lot of money with this boy.
Aberdeen's no working, mate.
It's not working, mate. That's a fact. That's a fact, mate. But you can't let this sort of talent walk out the club. You just can't, mate. It was criminal. We need to really work out something for this boy. The boy at number 8, is it Niso they call him? Paul Niso. Very elegant boy. Very elegant player, by the way. Big, tall boy. Very, very elegant. Nice runner. Nice. Takes the ball well. He scored the goal, the first goal, and then you just see the confidence come right into the boy. Nice player. Like a boy. The boy Mason went the goalkeeper. Fair size, that boy. I didn't realise he was that big. He was a fair size. The physique, I was looking more like the physique one, you know me about physique. The wee boy at left back, Jack Harkness, he looks if he's doing his gym work. He looks if he's coming along nicely, mate. He'll be physically, another year, he'll be physically ready. There's no doubt about that. He's coming along. The boy Webster at number 4, he's the captain. He as well. He looked no bad, mate. No bad. Good football brain. Reads the game really well. Plays number 4, centre defence. Reads the game well. Needs to work on his physique. He's getting there, but he needs to work on it more. Who else? The wee boy Finlay Curtis. That's the wee boy. He's been there for 12 years. We signed when he was 6. He scored the second goal. I think he scored
third goal.
He scored third goal. Nice wee player. There's no doubt about that. He's got something. I'll give you that. He has got something. He's a wee bit behind Archie Stevens, but he's a sort of similar type player skill-wise. He's a decent enough player. Alec Lowry was on now. Alec Lowry is a strange boy to me. He really is. He can see he's a player. There's no doubt about that. He's a player. But I'm looking for him and Devine. I'm looking for them to be head and shoulders of anybody on that part, because these are first-team players now. They two are no academy players or B-team players. They two are first-team players. And I'm looking to say, right, show us. I want you to stick right out here. Be head and shoulders. And Lowry come on here again. Devine, no, he didn't look anything at all. He just looked run-of-the-mill player, a B-team player to me. But Lowry is a strange player, mate. He needs a bit of heart injection. He needs a bit of bottle injection. He needs a bit of oomph put into his game. But he tries to make the game look ridiculously easy. And he get caught a couple of times, and he could have put a ball through more clinically and faster, but he didn't. He wanted to dwell on the ball and show everybody how good he is. And he loves that crossfield ball. Oh, he loves that. He likes to switch the ball. Not enough for him, mate. But you can see he's got it. He has got it, mate. But whether he's going to make it in the Rangers first team, I don't know. The game itself, far better than Bowness, man. Miles ahead of Bowness, football-wise. They had a couple of big lumps in there, throwing their weight about a wee bit. So they handled that. Wee Archie Stevens handled it really well. So it didn't bother him that much. He still kept going by. He roasted that fullback. He totally and utterly roasted that fullback. And that's what he should be doing, because he's a better quality player. So he showed that. He showed that. Bowness is not a right good top team, but if you put crap in front of me, I've still got to beat it, and I've got to show you I'm much, much better than that. And that's what he did. And the rest of them should be showing that amount of, the gap between the difference between Bowness players and Rangers youth players. They should be showing that gap. But apart from that, it was an enjoyable night. So I quite enjoyed it.
But that's enough about the football. How was the purvey, Stevie?
The pies were great. I was there.
I thought you were going with a gang.
No, I'm still my heart's ticking.
Oh, that was a cheap.
Oh, no, I need a report on the pie, Stevie. The pie was lovely, actually. It was a nice pie, didn't it?
What like was the crust? Was there heat in the crust? Got a bit of heat in it.
Lovely.
We seen Big Lovelace was down there, and the boy Fraser. They were sitting in the stand watching the game with another player. Don't know who he was.
Do you think you get a chance, Lovelace? Do you think you could play in the first team this year, mate?
I think I'd like to think he should be knocking the door down to get in the first team. Listen, Archie, I think it should be him and Archie Stevens. I'll talk about him in a wee second. Lovelace should be able to. I think he's got the height and the physique. He just needs a chance. But I think if he plays him in the team, he's going to play him out in one of the wide positions. And now that we've felt them, I don't know so much now, because that's where he sort of played. Him and Archie Stevens sort of played in the wider roles for the youth team, and wee McCausland bombed through the middle and right through the middle as a number 10. That's what you watched. Now Archie Stevens is more out played as a winger, and he's got decent pace, and he roasted him. You know, he roasted the left back all night, and he was going straight down to the byline and cutting across and trying to put low balls in it, as we've seen all night. But he's got trickery in him as well. He works hard. But I don't know. If you're going to sign Cherny, which we've just done, how does somebody like him? He'll go back down to England, Docs. It's a cert, because a lot of clubs in England want him. He plays for an international under 19s or 21s or whatever, 20s. He's well sought after, so I think he'll probably end up letting him go back down the road, and maybe Lovelace might be the same in time, unless we take a gamble and try and play him through the middle at times if we're bringing him on, and give him whatever 20 minutes, play him as a striker.
It's getting this bridge to the first team out there. It seems to be more and more difficult, doesn't it?
For Rangers, it seems to be impossible, mate. We get them at a certain level, a level of fitness and a level of strength, and we can't seem to close the gap. That next step, which seems to be a giant step, that's for everybody. But other teams seem to manage it with a bigger degree of success with the players. We don't seem to manage it at all. I mean, there's no doubt there's talent.
I.e. Conor Bannon.
Aye, exactly. Good. That's a good example. Correct example. I mean, that wee boy's in there, and you look at him, you compare to your players. He's 2 years ahead of your players, no doubt about it. 2 years ahead, physique, football brain, experience, a lot. 2 years, 2 years behind all the academy players we've got, and that's a crime, mate. That shouldn't be like that. These boys should be battering that door down. And I'm telling you, we Archie Stevens had the same experience as Bannon had. Or Barron, sorry. You wouldn't go out and buying wingers. You'd already have him sitting there. Don't care who you're looking at to buy. That wee boy would have played the right wing for you, no bother. Absolutely no bother. If you had that 2 years that the Conor Bannon has. But that's a fact of life, know what I mean? So we need to look about the academy. They keep telling us the academy is this, that, and the next thing. It's world class and whatever. It's no, mate. It's not. I don't know. I've never been in the academy itself, but what they're producing is up to a level, but they can't seem to get beyond that level. They need to find out why. They need to get to the root of this, and they need to find out
maybe
these boys.
Maybe it needs a shake-up, mate. Yeah.
I think it needs a whole shake-up and a way of thinking. They need to change their way of thinking with these boys. I'm telling you right now, they need to find a way to do it, because it's a crime. Because that team's got talent. There's players in there got talent. You can see it, they've got talent. They just can't seem to break through. And they're not going to break through, because if they stand on the sideline looking like wee boys, we're all going to sit and go, oh, come on, good grief, man. We're backs against the wall and we bring a wee boy on. What's happening here? If the wee boys get the skills of Messi, well, you can understand why you bring them on. But they're good players. They're decent players. But there you go. They're not ready to come on to get in the first team, but...
Aye, that's the thing. That's the issue, Davey, innit?
Aye, well, I'm a great believer in what come on as a manager. Is if he sees you've got that talent and the capability, I don't think he'll have any fear in playing you. So I don't think he can see much. I know you guys are on about that, where they're playing and who they're playing against, but I'm a great believer in if you're exceptional, you should be able to get in and prove that. And come on, I'll give you that chance. But I just don't think we've got the guy. I mean, you've seen it in the Euros with the Spanish boys. I said, okay, I'm talking about a different level. But if you've got that ability and capability, you should be able to get into that team, but which I don't think we have at the moment. And I'd just like to get back a wee conversation regarding we were talking about Dessers and we've not got anybody else. Well, I've got a funny feeling Danilo will come good this season. He's a wee bit up the pace now. But I'll tell you, I think he'll be there or thereabouts in a few more games, guys.
All the time will tell, and I think one of the problems we've got is the same problem with Danilo as you've got with young boys, and when you're bringing players back for fitness, where do you play them? And when you're trying to get boys in that are being good prospects as young men, you're trying. They're no going to be like the young Spanish boys, spot on all day, but they've then got to play real games to learn real football. So if you put them all out on loan to develop them, what's the point of having the B team? Because it's definitely not produced in young numbers. Yeah, McCausland's come in. But if I give you my opinion, Southside, I think he looks like a boy playing man's football, and I don't think he'll play many games this season. He might be in the squad. I don't think he'll play many games as we sit today. If he takes up the cudgel and he kicks on, it could change.
It's done. We always say it's down to the young boys to try and push their way in. We've tried to loan some of them out. Lowry went to Hearts, right? But it's different playing for Hearts than it is playing for us. Let's not be kidded. And hopefully he wants kicking on. But playing a two-team league, Davey, the pressure on us is to win every week. It doesn't matter what manager you can get back to. No many of our managers played young boys. You know, Barry Ferguson, obviously is the obvious one. But, you know, we tried it with, obviously, Patterson's when he's come in and we get a transfer fee. But look how many young boys have actually brought through. It's actually went in and played in our first team. There's no many. Because we've always bought. That's what we've done. We've always just bought players. Or we take players for we used to take them for all the other Scottish teams and just bring them to Rangers. Took them for Hibs, Dundee United and everywhere else. So the young boys look at the criticism Ross McCausland's getting. He's a young boy. He get flung right in there for playing low league football the year before. He playing best v best and then get flung right into the first team, as did Zach. Although Zach had played down in England and probably and had been playing for the England national team and all that and had a wee bit about him. He's one I thought would have kicked in, but McCausland's took pelters. But what you should be doing with him is making sure he's still about the squad and hope he can develop into and find him a position, because his position isn't wide right. But if he doesn't make it, then we've got to then try and sell him on. The same as if Cole McKinnon can't make it and Robbie Fraser doesn't make it 2 years down the line and the rest of them that's sitting there. And the ones that we're talking about, the new Paul Niso, that looks no a big bad player. He looks quite elegant on the ball. But when's he going to get a chance? And when you're not at Rangers, when you're a lower club and you can afford not to win a league for a few years and you're not getting pelters, then you can develop these players and they'll play loads again for you. Just like Motherwell Day, bring young players in, Dundee United there. Before you know it, and Aberdeen's done it with Conor Barron. He's maybe played 50 games or something at Aberdeen now. If he'd been at Rangers, he wouldn't have played anywhere near that amount of games in the last year or two. It's only because he's proved himself at Aberdeen and we've seen something in him that I think then we can bring him here and develop him. So it's hard, David, but I just think sometimes we should take a chance in the odd boy and try and play him for a season and bring him in and give him the time. He will make mistakes, but we don't, because the pressure's on you every week, and that's just the nature of the beast that we support, mate.
One of the things is, you look at the first team, the first team squad. Who in the first team squad is exceptional?
Yeah.
None of them. There's none of them. So that's the bar's set pretty low for these boys. So you sit and say, when Barry Ferguson came in, we had a lot of really, really, really good players, and he still managed to go in because he was exceptional in the boys' team, and you can see when he came in.
He shifted Gattuso.
Exactly, mate. But the boys see the boys in the command. They should be looking at the first team and going, honestly, who in that team is exceptional? There's nobody. Yeah. So if I was one of the boys, I'd be going, I'm as good as him, and I'm as good as him, and I'm better than him, and I'm better than him. I'd be forcing my way into that team. I'd be saying, I need to do everything. Go to the manager, chap his door, say, what do I need to do to get in this team? Is it physique? Is it I need to work? Just tell me what I need to do, and then put the effort and time into doing what they tell you to do. Because I've been saying it all along, the door's wide open for all of them to walk into that first team, because the bar's set pretty low in that first team. They've yet to prove to us they're exceptional players. So, no, I'm saying myself, there's something wrong, as Ox said. There is something wrong here. If these boys can't break into that team, come on. If you can't break into that team, you're not going to break into any team, because we are going to get better. Can
I come in on that, Albert?
Why on?
I understand everything you're all saying, but I think it all boils down to where we are as a country with talent. And it all stems to our youngins are got an attitude. They want to be football players. And I don't think we're bringing enough, not just Rangers, any of the teams, we are not bringing any exceptional players through. And it's plain to see. So you can't bring through talent if the talent's not there, if you know what I mean.
It's a pyramid, mate. And the base of the pyramid shrunk. If you go back a generation, 2 generations, or your case, 3 generations, mate, the number of people that played football was immense. It's not the same anymore. Everything's organised, structured. Schools don't really play football. Yeah, you don't have the BBs that maybe start people out playing the game at really young ages. Then they'll develop, play for their school, play for boys' clubs. It just doesn't happen anymore. Everything really organised, and you don't have the pyramid. So the pyramid base has shrunk, mate. So then for the people to get at the top, it's less numbers. It's just a pure numbers game, and you're spot on. You walk past any park, you'll not see many boys kicking the ball. Stevie, I'll come to you, mate, because I know your boy plays, but there's no the same appetite collectively for the youth, is there?
Definitely no, mate. I mean, there's nights there. Jamie trains twice a night normally when the league's back. It's twice at the weekend in his game, and then you might have an odd game squeezed in there somewhere, an odd bounce game or whatever. But see, every other night they're all on computers. It's not like the old days when you'd street games. I mean, we played we opened our eyes in the morning till the street lights came on at night, and you done that every weekend. You don't see that now. The appetite for the game's not the way it used to be, and regarding the youth. I mean, there's that many. Don't get me wrong. Back in my day, you never had a lot. You had a ball, and that was it. You went out and you played football morning and night. We've not got what the Wales have got now, but the whole thing's changed, aye. But getting back to the Rangers Academy, I mean, that place there in Auchenhowie, it's. I mean, I've done 2 tours in it. They've got everything there they need. I mean, you talk about building players up and everything else. They've got the nutrition, they've got the gyms, they've got everything you could ever want. So I don't know how it's not working that way, you know. And for me, you hear a lot of players saying these boys they just look like Waynes. But see if they're a Wayne that can play football, that'll do me. They don't need to have big muscles. They don't need to have a physique. They just need to play the game and know what they're putting that jerseys on about.
The 2 Spanish wingers didn't look like men, Stevie, did they?
What?
The 2 Spanish wingers in the Euros there, they didn't look like men. But they could play, yeah, you're right.
No.
Aye.
Exceptional talents, but guys, they're exceptional.
I know.
They're 1 in 10,000. No, I mean, they're exceptional talents. That young Spanish winger. I mean, many other teams in Europe will get a boy like that playing in their first team. Then many in world football, you're probably talking about 2 or 3 if you're lucky. There's about one. There may even be one in a generation. So you can't take that as the norm. You've got to take it. You've got to give the physique because they've no got that talent at that level. They've got talent up to a certain level, but they've not got that talent. I mean, that boy is just an exceptional player, a brilliant player.
Yeah. I think it's a mindset thing, Albert.
Desire.
You know, they've no got these boys. The ones that you're talking about, the Spanish boys and stuff like that, they've got an attitude where I'm the best, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to make it. Do you think it's a mindset with our boys that think, I'll just be all right to get here or there? You know,
do you think they have made it, Stevie? Do you think they have made it?
I think that's part of it.
That's right.
I think that's part of it. You watch the boys playing in Birmingham, and I don't know how you've seen it, but I've seen them spoilt boys going on the park. They've been at Rangers for all these years, and they just, this is just another game for us. We play for Rangers. They talk the talk, they don't walk the walk. They've got all the attitude, they've got all the posture and all that nonsense. You go, right, let's see what you can do. 0. They done 0. And you're going, well, that's no good enough. It's just, if I'm going on that part to play Birmingham, they played us after part of the first half. If I'm watching that and I'm coming on, I'm going, well, you're not doing that to me. I'm going to give you something to think about. But none of them done it. None of them took the bull by the horns and went, I'm going to show the manager, I'm going to show everybody in this stadium, everybody watching the telly what I've got. And none of them done it. Why? They just talk about it, they're entitled. And I'm going, you're not hungry. You've got to be hungry. And you've got to want it that much. And you get your opportunity, you go, I'm making every opportunity I get, I'm making something of it. I might have a bad game on the night, but they're not going to fault me for effort. They're going to know my name. They're going to know about me. I'm going to fly into a tackle. I'm doing something, but they're going to know I'm on this part. You name that team now. If I turn around and says to you, well, the team that finished, name the team that finished at Birmingham. I bet you couldn't name it. And that's the impression they made on you. It's a non-entity. It's nonsense, mate. It's not right. Sorry,
so basics, mate, the thing about me is you've got to be sensible. The young boys coming in, they're playing against experienced pros. Birmingham's building a side. We might be a bit further down the road in fitness as a first team, but you're expecting them to do the basics, like young Lowry, who you mentioned earlier on. It's only a bounce game, I get that. He must have got caught in possession about 4 or 5 times. Yeah? You know, This is basics. This boy's been a pro for a few years now. Yeah, and that's what's frustrating. The lack of the basics. And have they got that to make the next bridge? Have they got that to become the next Nathan Patterson who's banging down the door? Have they got that to be the next Conor Barron? I don't know, but I think they may have to shake up the personnel, but I'm sure we'll debate it Southside as the season goes on, mate.
Aye, it's just pressure of playing at the club, and some managers that we've had in the past probably scared to maybe stick some in, and when they have went in and they make mistakes, they're easy to take back out. They don't have to go into that team and be good. They need to go in and start and win that team and be exceptional. Otherwise, they're coming back out. But sometimes you maybe have to think, well, I mean, we mentioned Raskin earlier, and we spent about £1.2 million on him. And he had aspirations. I'll go to Chelsea and all that. The minute he's come in the door, so look what we've had out of him in return. So could be no have developed one of your boys like what we've had. We'll say Cole McKinnon's been there about 12 years or something. Could he not been in there and played in that midfield where he's been playing the last couple of years? Just keep giving him game time, let him try and learn. You've got other first team players about him, Lundstrom running in beside him and all that, players to guide him. But the pressure was on all the time. And when he makes a mistake or whatever, I mean, he gave him a couple of games in Europe and that, and played him in a couple of league games, Cole McKinnon. But you know, when he's there, and like he says, he wants a chance. He probably wants to get in the team, but it's gambling on him to play him in there, because now we're just going out and buying midfielders here, there, and everywhere. So you know, he's probably not going to get a chance. But who's not to say he's not a good player? Because we never see him. So we're judging him all the time, and then we judge him off one game against Birmingham, you know, and say, well, all these young boys no good. You know, it's some of them.
Listen, collectively, they could have a bad game. I get all that. Southside understand that.
I'll say it now, and I've said it on here. Aye, if you play Ross McCausland when he comes on next year, if he's in the squad and he's coming on off that bench, don't stick him out in the wing. Play him in the middle of the park, just in the number 10 role, and get him on the ball, and you'll see a totally different player. Aye, he's wee, slight, and all the rest of it, but get him on the ball. He's already done it last season, driving for the middle of the park. That's where he's effective, no stuck out in the wing. So that's where you'll see the best of him. Then judge him. He's getting judged now by playing out in the wing, and that was never his position all through the academy. So
you go get the team, then you get.
Aye, but if you want him to grow and you want to maybe see him perform and be good, and say, oh well, we can't play him because Tierney's out there, and guess what, he's not playing this week, so we've got another winger. We'll swap Cortez out and we'll put him out there. Then he never gets a game. If we're going to bring him into the team, put him into the position where he played every week in the academy. It is in the middle of the park, in that number 10 role. That's the way I see it, and then see if he can grow into that position in time. And if he can, then he'll get sold eventually, won't he?
I think he'll be a fringe player at best, mate. And what we're seeing at the moment, fringe player at best. But by the way, I hope Alberti proves me wrong totally.
I hope they all prove us wrong. I mean, I want every one of them to be successful. I mean, if you remember Livingston played in that left wing for years, and he was hopeless out there. And he went, he made McLeish and turned and says to McLeish, I'm merely a centre forward. You put him through you've got a different player, scored some wonderful goals. You're saying, what happened there? Where did that player come? McCausland's the same. He's not a centre forward. He's a centre mid. Number 10 is Southside saying. So it's down to McCausland to get in and chap the guy's door and say, look, are you ever going to give me a shot where you're playing Lawrence and you're playing Cant? Are you ever going to give me a shot in there? I want a shot in there. I'll show you what I can do if you stick me in there. Tell him. Don't ask him. Tell him that's where I play. Let him know that's where you want to play. That's what's up. They're two shrinking violets. You go and push yourself forward and say, I'm a professional football player. I want to have a good career and I want to make a lot of money. I want to make sure that I've got enough behind me when I retire that I don't need to worry about getting a job or doing this, doing that. The next thing, fight for your career. And you're only going to do that if you chat the manager's door and let him know. Now, he might not like it, but I don't care. At least he knows your name. He knows you're interested in your show when that.
He might like it or not, mate. The manager might like it, that attitude.
He might like it as well. If he's a decent manager, he'll sit and go, all right, I'll listen to this boy. I'm going to have right, okay, we're going to do something with this boy. The first thing I would say is try and get a team outside the Rangers and saying, look, I'll loan him to you, but he plays in that position. I want you to play him in that position. If you can guarantee that, we'll give him for the year. But he's got to play in that position. No, I mean, he's got to earn the position. I'm not just saying let him play in the position. He's got to earn it. Put him in there, see what like he is. And if he's good enough, I'd like to think you would keep him in there. Do something. Get the club moving forward, getting these players moving forward instead of this stale, we're best of the best. He's played 4 times this year. This is just nonsense. I mean, that boy will sign for AC Milan, the centre off. How do we develop that boy? How is that boy going to develop? He's played even less games in our academy, boys. I mean,
he's fresh, mate. He's fresh. He's fresh. Anyway, gentlemen, I'm sure we'll debate this because there's a passion, particularly Albert and Southside, but people see it differently. But I get a lot of the points. I mean, listen, we've reached that time in the evening. Last word for your good self, David.
Yes, great debate tonight, guys. Very good. A lot of sense and a lot of the comments. It's always great to be on Rangers Radio, the best chat show in town. So I'll say good night, guys. God bless the Rangers, and you all stay safe. Take care. Good night, guys.
Cheers, Burker. Mike Stevie.
Right, good debate, as David says. Free platform for the Bells to come on. We don't always disagree with each other. We don't always agree. The bottom line here for me is I'm looking forward to Saturday. New season. No, we've just need to put up with the tools we've got now and make sure we get behind them. Come on, the Rangers. Thanks for having us.
Albert.
Good to be on tonight with Big Steve and Southside. Excellent, mate. Good debate, all Davy, Jock, all coming on. That was excellent, mate. Saturday, victory. Victory, mate. That's what we're looking for. That's what the team's going to deliver. Onwards and upwards, as the old saying goes.
Yeah. Southside.
I enjoyed the night, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Good conversation, good debate. Just always the same. When we're on, it's just passion about the famous Glasgow Rangers, mate. We just want it to be better and perfect. Going to have a new signing, probably announced tomorrow, but it looks at. So onwards and upwards, mate. And hopefully we'll get another 1 or 2 and 3 points on Saturday. We'll just crown it off. So thanks for having us.
Yep, thanks to Jock and Old David for joining us. Thanks to Stevie, Southside and Albert for doing the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Remember, if you want involved, email us at rangersradio@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Rangers Radio will be back on Friday night as we build up to the first league game of the season. Away to Hearts. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of the week. Take it away, Old School Blue.